Here we go. Okay, next headlines. Can we get to the tips? Here's Diana finally fucking gets to her tips here. The next steps in writing diversity. After examining the different approaches as described by Shaw, here are some follow-up actions I'd recommend based on my editorial experience. Number 1, know yourself and your limitations. That's right, bigots. Recognize your privilege, bigots. Being able to effectively write from the experience of others requires more than just strong ability, but also a level of awareness. A little tongue in cheek there, I see. Awareness. But also a level of awareness about yourself and your role as a storyteller. As Daniel Jose Older acknowledges in his essay, 12 Fundamentals of Writing the Other and the Self, it's a writer's job to enter into someone else's head. But can writers take ownership of the stories and experiences of another in the process? Would doing so help enrich the reading experience, or would it be considered a type of theft? Older suggests that writers ask themselves, why do you feel it falls to you to write someone else's story? Who are you to write someone else's story? Why do you have the right? Oh, they do say the right. I jumped the gun on that one. Why do you have the right to take on another's voice? Who gave you permission to speak, Whitey? And should you do this? Especially considering the statistics mentioned earlier, it's important to consider what socio-political advantages. Yep, here we go. Privilege. Privilege intensifies. Especially consider the statistics mentioned earlier. It's important to consider what socio-political advantages you may possess and how your story might overshadow or limit opportunities for marginalized communities. Oh, you want a project? You want to chase your dream? Put it on the back burner and wait in line, Whitey, because there's plenty of marginalized people out there that need to get a chance before you do. What happened to YOLO? Remember when YOLO was a thing? I thought we only got one life to live. Why am I going to wait until more marginalized people, they can mind their own business? That's their responsibility. They want to get published. They want to write their story. Let them worry about it. I'm worried about my business. What happened to just minding your own business? Don't worry about my business, lady. See, right out the gates, you're all out of order. But, that's a female activist for you. You're out of order from the get-go. So I won't, that's neither here nor there. Number 2, do your research. Then do research on your research. That's right. This is a quick tip, just the tip. Research is key, but how you research even more so. Look at your sources and consider whether they hold any possible bias. For example, the popular 19th century photographer Edward Curtis tended to romanticize and mislabel his Native American subjects, thus turning their experience into art that didn't accurately or respectfully, more importantly, depict the community. There's that word again, the community. They're all just one big, they're not individuals. These aren't individuals. Who's to say Edward Curtis is not depicting the experience of individuals who just so happen to come from that community? Like these SJWs, they think that the community just means it's an amorphous fucking blob of individual, they're not even individuals. It's just an amorphous fucking blob that has one super identity, like a monolith fucking identity, that everyone from that community falls into the same category, boxed, and same labels on the outside of said box to explain their experiences because they just so happen to come from that community. You know, that's so wrong on so many levels, and offensive on so many levels, to any individual who has a mind of their own. And again, Diana is just completely oblivious to her own bigotry in that sense. And it's baffling to me that these people exist, for one, and for two, they get published in mainstream magazines. Who subscribes to this rag? Number 3, here's a fun one, you guys. You ready? Number 3, get some sensitivity readers. Sensitivity readers, also known as, AKA, cultural consultants. That's a new one. I actually haven't heard that one yet. I'm gonna use that one. Listen here, bigot. They're not called sensitivity readers. They're called cultural consultants. And you want to get the higher ups. Okay. You want the authentic cultural consultants. You know, you want to be authentic. Sensitivity readers, also known as cultural consultants, act like a critique group, except their specialty is evaluating authenticity and flagging any possible incorrect or damaging elements. Yes, can you imagine that? I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to be a sensitivity reader for whiteys out there. I'm for hire, you guys. Just to let you guys know, I'm now on the market. My services are now on the market. I am dubbing myself a certified and authentic straight, white, able-bodied man sensitivity reader, okay? So any of you marginalized groups out there, okay, any of you, if you come from any kind of marginalized community and you guys are writing some fiction that depict straight, white, able-bodied male characters, you can hire me. You can hire me, and I will make sure that you guys are representing straight, white, able-bodied men in an ethical manner, okay? You don't want to accidentally be offending whitey, okay? It's not going to be good for you, trust me.